hey, you want it, go get it. You want it, go get it.
So I just came from my walk, and I just remembered it was two things. While I was walking, I remembered it was two things I wanted to tell y'all about. First, I got a text yesterday saying that Santana Moss, the old receiver from the Redskins, is going to be at a local restaurant signing autographs. I had his poster in my basement for years. Now my son has his poster because I'm a Redskins fan. I call them the Redskins. I don't call them the Washington team or Commanders or none of that mess. And my son has his poster in his room now. So let me adjust this, make sure y'all can see. So yeah, that's what. So I'm gonna take my son there today, and y'all probably thinking like, "Sean, you just said he was on punishment." Yes, he on punishment, but this is an opportunity for him to meet somebody who's hanging on his wall. You're not gonna get that many opportunities, especially not where we live down here in the sticks. So, yeah, I'm taking him. He's gonna really enjoy. He don't know nothing about it. He's gonna be surprised. I don't know what, and then go grab some lunch. That'll be all that'll be happening after church. But then the second thing I want to talk about, I said I wasn't gonna talk about me having to fire some people before we even got started filming, or let go people before we even had to start filming. But, and I'm not gonna talk about their names or whatnot, but I'm gonna talk about the process. And I'm gonna call this, you have to view yourself the way that others view you. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm talking about in the positive light now. You know what I'm saying? There's some people who know me, and they know how hard I work, and they know what I'm working on, and they see what I'm about, and they're like, yeah, like Shelton about his business, they know, you know what I mean? And they treat me accordingly. There are others though who also know that, and they don't treat me accordingly, you know what I mean? And it could be because of the money, because I got an independent budget where I save up my money and make my moves. I told y'all that. But the times when I've had to let people go, it was simply because of not responding and or not keeping your word on what you said you were going to do. And like, I've had people book, like we have a booking, we have an agreement, and we got something booked, and then they booked something else that happened with the table read, and then people not responding, not signing the contracts, not responding to emails, taking their sweet time doing it. And I'm like, look, and this is just being real. If I was Ice Cube, if I was Tyler Perry, if I was Adam Sandler, if I was Ben Stiller, guess what? Them emails would have been responded to same day. Them contracts would have been signed same day. You definitely would not have overbooked me to go do something else, or canceled out on the table read or something to go do something else. Like, that's just the truth of the matter. Like Spike Lee say, that's the truth, Ruth. And it just is what it is. And then like I said, it could be the money, but let me tell you something. And I've had to tell this to numerous people in the industry, the people that work in front of the camera and people that work behind the camera, especially, because there's some people who put out some great stuff, and there's people who are really talented, and they're like, well, I just wait till when I get my call from Tyler Perry, when I get my call from Ice Cube, when I get my call from this person, then they gonna see, because they gonna pay me what I deserve, they gonna pay me what I deserve. Listen, you are not gonna get paid what you deserve until people can see what you do. You gotta show something first before people can pay you what you deserve. And that means that a lot of times starting out, you're gonna have to work with people with independent budgets like myself. It just is what it is. Ice Cube didn't get the budget he deserved for Friday. Now he can get whatever budget he'd asked for when he wants to make a movie. Chris Tucker didn't get paid what he deserved on Friday for acting in Friday. John Singleton, I'm sure John Singleton couldn't pay Ice Cube what he deserved in Boys in the Hood. You know what I mean? I don't mean to just pick on Ice Cube like that. I'm just mentioning that just because I know that's a movie, that a popular movie that everybody know. I'll mention another one. Gosh, what was the one? The dude made for $11,000. Paranormal Activity. Paranormal Activity was made for $11,000. $11,000. This man saved up his money, made a movie for $11,000. I think that movie ended up grossing like 88 million or over 100 million. So it was something, he was up there. So, and now he can ask for whatever budget he wants to from studios. Like, you gotta show that you can do it first. Them people ain't gonna call. Why they gonna call you when they got other people out here that they already worked with before and got them built their teams up and whatnot? Look, if you find somebody who's doing what I'm doing, if you find somebody, I'm talking entertainers right now, you find somebody who's doing what I'm doing, somebody who on the come up, whatever, you Get on that person's team now. You don't know who you might be working with. That person might blow up and be the next Oprah Winfrey, next Tyler Perry, Ben Stiller, all them people. You never know. If you see somebody working hard and about their business and doing it, go ahead and jump on their team now. Because look at Adam Sandler's team. Look at all the people that I just named. Adam Sandler, Tyler Perry, Ice Cube. All them people, you look around them, they're surrounded by people who came up with them. People who stuck with them back when they was, still just trying to figure things out, working it out before they got a big name attack. You know what I mean? I know that. Look, I ain't no different. I'm telling you, the money comes later. You grow with the person. You grow with that team. You know what I mean? All them dudes was on Saturday Night Live together. Adam Sandler, all them dudes was on Saturday Night Live together. You know, and all them dudes. You look at Jamie Foxx, Tommy Daly, all them dudes on Living Color together. Like, that's how it goes, man. And so don't get caught up in the money early on. Don't do it. You see somebody who working hard and do. Hey, y'all get together, work on stuff, put stuff out there. I'm telling you, the phone calls are coming in. That's why you gotta build it up. And and treat them with the same manner of respect as you would as if they were a big name. If they call you and they say, hey man, I got a script, I got something you want to act in, and you're available and you can agree to compensation or whatever, keep your word. Do what you say you're gonna do. Follow through. Don't waste their time. Don't waste your time. Don't treat them like, oh man, that's just Sheldon. That's just, he a little independent director. He ain't trying, I'll hit him, but I'll get back to him when I can, you know what I'm saying? Nah, dude, treat them with the same manner of respect and professionalism as you would any big name in the industry. Because again, you don't know who you are dealing with. You don't know what this person has planned. You don't know how hard they're working. You don't know what opportunities are going to come their way, what doors are going to open up for them. You don't know. And what you really don't want to do is mess around and miss out on an opportunity. I think Luther Vandross had a song. Because nothing hurts as bad as when you see you gave up too easily. Yeah. Now I remember spending all my day. Okay, all right, that's Luther. But yeah, nothing hurts as bad as when you see you gave up too easily. Now you sitting around here in your 50s and 60s talking about, I could have worked with Sheldon. I had he sent me the contract. I forgot to. I was eating a ham sandwich and I remember. Y'all have a good Sunday. I'm on my way to church. Like I said, God bless y'all. Good morning. March 18th. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the series on today. I got a couple videos I'm gonna make today, but boy, I got a lot to tell y'all this morning. Good gracious, a whole lot has happened. I'm gonna end the series for this segment, meaning, cause I still gotta bring y'all on set, and then got another 10-day break before we go down to my hometown. And I decided that's when I'm gonna tell y'all the backstory of everything with my wife and I. A couple things to tell y'all about yesterday. A lot of things really. Yesterday, took my son to go see, to go get his poster signed by Santana Moss, retired Redskins receiver. That was cool. He was real cool dude. Had a nice conversation with my son and I. It was real cool. I'm gonna put some pictures on that up here. Then, we had a great time. We went to lunch or whatever. Went to this nice cafe. Had sweet potato pancakes for the first time. That was delicious. Had those. Then we came on home. Well, let me just stop right there. Let me talk about that for a minute. Let me talk about forgiveness just for a little bit. I know I talked about it a couple times before already, but I think some people need to know when I used to be the type of person who could really stay mad for a long time, and just hold that grudge and be mad. And then I was really aggressive. I played linebacker for, in college, high school for a number of years, whatever. I was just and it came easy for me. But I'm gonna tell you when everything changed for me. It was my junior year of college, red shirt junior year, and my brother, who owns Trophy's Furniture Store, he was shot 6 times. Okay, at point blank range by a man who was hired by my cousin, our cousin. And you know, some of y'all might be shocked to hear that, just like I was shocked when it happened. I got the phone call, I rushed down to the hospital and whatnot, you know. And I told my brother while he was in the hospital, I said, listen, when you get out of this hospital, man, we and my brother always go fishing together. Whenever we together, we always try to go fishing. And I said, when you got out of this hospital, man, we going fishing, man. So he finally got out of the hospital, and I was able to come home from college like a couple of weeks later, and we went and go fishing. I stopped up there at the gas station on Tidewater Drive, right beside Barrage Park, and I'm fueling up or whatever, and my brother's in the passenger seat. Now, if anybody knows anybody who's been shot, you know, you got to make sure the bandages are clean. You got to keep the wounds clean and the whatnot. You know what I mean? And I'm pumping fuel, and I look in the car, see my brother shaking, and I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Do I need to take him back to the hospital? You know, is one of the wounds not right? Or so, I don't know what's going on. He points over to the gas station. The dude is standing in front of the gas station, and he's looking at my brother looking at him. So my brother tells me that's the guy who shot him. So back in those days, I used to keep a gun in my car. You know, my brother was shot because he won't live it right. You know, I kept a gun in my car, not because I won't ever in the streets like that. You know, but my thing was I was hanging out in the wrong places sometimes. I was not always in the safest places, so I used to keep one on me. But so anyway, I went to go grab my gun. My brother grabbed my hand, because at that moment I was ready to go. Like, you know, I was ready to lose it all right then and there, and felt like I had justified reason to do so. My brother grabbed my hand and said, "No, Sheldon, I already forgave him." And I just remember the confusion I had, and then sit down in the car with him, like the feeling of I don't know, like just not comfort, as I said, just calmness that I had. And I was like, man, if he can forgive somebody for shooting him, who am I to go out here and try to right a wrong and do all this, you know? And it made that change my whole perspective on everything. You know what I mean? People who might have gone to prison for murder or whatever, like I would have been right there with them. You know what I mean? And it just changed my whole perspective on a lot of things, and really showed me how far forgiveness can go. Like, this man forgave somebody for shooting him 6 times, trying to kill him, and he forgave him. You know, and if he can forgive for that, I'm like, man, ain't nothing, in my opinion, that I've gone through ever that's unforgivable. I can't even think of anything that's unforgivable, that's unforgivable after seeing that. You know what I mean? So that was I wanted to talk about that when it came to forgiveness. Then on the way to church that morning, I hurt my back. Now, this is like the second time I've like strained my back. It's not a bone thing. It's just like a muscle strain. And I'm like, what in the world? And it would just have so happened the day before I got to go on set. And not only that, but I haven't heard back from my camera guy on whether or not he's good to go, or if he's gonna be. If I got to work camera with my back hurting like this, it's gonna be crazy. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I really don't. And I don't know who I could call so last minute like this. I mean, I can call some people, like I said, but you know, I was holding off waiting to see, because he got sick early last week. I was hoping he'd get over it by this time. So I don't know. We'll see what he says back to me. He did pick up my phone call this morning, so we'll see. I know he'll call me back. So anyway, there's that. Also waiting for a phone call back from the sound engineer, sound mixer, that's going to be doing this audio in post, and he's going to be doing the score for the film. Waiting to hear back from him. Well, it is official. For the next 7 days, I am a filmmaker, full-time filmmaker. Just got off work, and so much stuff happened. I finally heard back from my cameraman, and I got to call my editor too. I forgot. But I'm so excited about my post-production team in this project. But found out that he tested negative for everything. He tested negative for everything, but he's still feeling sluggish, sick, can't eat, no appetite, anything. His doctor told him to get rest for the next week. So, that's where we are with it right now. Not obviously not ideal situation for me, but you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. I tell you, you dot every I, you cross every T. You still gotta, there's always gonna be something always gonna come up, and wouldn't have it no other way. You want it, go get it. You want it, go get it. It is what it is. We gotta improvise. I got a bad back. Like I said, my back, I'm not claiming that I have a bad back. This is the second time something has happened to my back in the past, in my entire lifetime. So I'm not tripping over that. But my back is currently hurting, I'll say that. And I strained it yesterday. And me working camera right now will be very excruciating. But I don't know if I have much of a choice. I'm going to reach out, like I said, to some camera people and see what's happening. But it's so last minute. To ask somebody to show up 2 days from now for 6 days, it's going to be tough. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Nothing beats... I can't remember why people say it, whatever, but nothing beats an ask but a try, or something. I don't know. Nothing beats a try but an ask, or something. I don't know. But I'm asking people. That's what I'm saying.
All right, let me do this for y'all one time. This is the night of March 19th. Okay, I kept talking about how, I got to start speaking more about what I think and whatnot. Y'all gonna see this in the background in all of my skits. I ain't posted a skit in years, but this right here is gonna be in the background. All my skits, y'all. Well, a lot of them. I ain't gonna say all of them. I don't know. I might do some in the car or something. But y'all see that right there? That's the drawing of Summits Creek Studios campus right there. I got a bunch of buildings and stuff up there. I got details of all those buildings and stuff drawn out on separate sheets of paper, blueprints, the whole nine. Let me tell you something. Over in James chapter 4 verse 15, it says that a lot of people think it's old people who say, "Oh, if it's the Lord's will, it's the Lord." That's biblical. It says that you ought to say, first and foremost, if it's the Lord's will. No man knows tomorrow. Over Habakkuk 2:2, it says you should write your vision down, make it plain. Okay, and then it also says, not over Habakkuk 2:2, but over, I believe it's 1 John, says, if God abideth in you, and you abide in He, whatsoever you ask for shall be given. So on that, I'm standing on what I wrote down, and I'm gonna say this. First time I think I ever said it really like out loud to anybody. As I stand in the home that the Lord blessed me to have, in front of the vision that God gave me, I'm going to tell y'all, if it is the Lord's will, I'm going to say, if it is the Lord's will, I will sell Almost an Angel for 9 figures to a major streaming platform in 2025. I will sell out over 19 different mega churches in 19 different cities with the premiere of Almost an Angel. I will have over 1 million followers on social media platforms by my 38th birthday, which is October 31st, 2024. if it is the Lord's will. Lord willing. Top of the page, if it's the Lord's will. Y'all have a good night. We about to go on set. I ain't got no second cameraman. And I'm sick of calling cameramen. I done called about 100 people. I done DM about 200 people. I'm exaggerating. I didn't DM and call that many people. But I've tried. I did my due diligence. Back feeling a little bit better, but my back is still hurting. I'm still walking kind of slow, to be real with y'all. Don't know how I'm gonna get all this equipment out of the house, to be honest with you, by myself. But it is what it is. I will. Through the Lord willing, I will. Through God's grace, I will. Through God's grace, I will. Talk to my homeboy and my main cameraman, DeAndre. I said, look, man, we're gonna do this thing, boy. And this movie gonna be a hit too. I put that in writing too, in text message. I normally like to call, but I told him, I said, look here, man, this movie gonna be a hit, boy. This movie gonna be a hit. I said, I'm gonna be working second camera, and this movie gonna be a hit. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Y'all have a good night. God bless.